Wow, it's official. A former MVP and superstar fan favorite of the game is officially hanging up the cleats. Juan Soto, he just set a career high in home runs in the same game that Aaron Judge hit 2 home runs. And as I'm making this script, Aaron Judge just hit another one. A player for the Mets hit all of the emotes possible. Like, it almost looked as if he dropped his controller and pressed every button at once. Yeah, he did hit every emote imaginable. And Orlando Arcia, he decided to stare down Bryce Harper. I'm going to say that's not smart. Probably top 5 things you should never do. Don't poke the bear. And the bear is Bryce Harper. So we'll talk about all of that and more in today's MLB Recap. Recap is a series where we recap every game every single day. So stick around, hit that subscribe button. Also, if you're going to any baseball games or concerts anytime soon, use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off your entire order. And if you're brand new to Underdog Fantasy, they have a brand new Travis Kelce special because the NFL season is around the corner. And if you use my code Fuzzy, you get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. You're welcome. I can't believe it's over. Joey Votto announced yesterday that he is officially retiring from the game of baseball. And if you don't think that Joey Votto is a future Hall of Famer, I would highly suggest that you take a look at his stats one more time because he's a career .294 hitter with a .409 on base percentage and a career .144 OPS plus. He's got a above 60 WAR on Baseball Reference. He's actually at 64.5. This guy is going to make the Hall of Fame. He was one of the more entertaining players in baseball, a leader of the Reds who spent 17 seasons with one single team. I'm going to miss Joey Votto a lot, and I'm sad that we didn't get to see him with the Blue Jays because he's from Canada. That would have been a lot of fun. All right, here we go. The games from yesterday. We're going to hit the skip button on the remote because we're going to be starting off in the 7th inning of this Brewers and Cardinals game. St. Louis, they're trying to stay alive in the wild card, and Jordan Walker's replacement just tied it with a 2-run home run. That's Luken Baker. That is a real name. He hit a wall scraper 2-run home run, and it's crazy that the Cardinals are even in a wild card race despite the fact that Jordan Walker hasn't been used a lot, and they just sent down Nolan Gorman. They've also had down seasons from Goldie and Arenado. So the Cardinals, they've had 3 consecutive pinch hit home runs in 3 days. Joey Ortiz, he had St. Louis fans thinking that was all for nothing. It was all in vain. That's a rocket 2-run base hit to make it 6-4. But Devin Williams, he might be feeling a little bit taxed. He missed a large part of the season on the IL. He walked Matt Carpenter and Tommy Pham to lose the lead. The Brewers manager, Pat Murphy, he was ejected for arguing balls and strikes, but I think he was just trying to rally the troops and kind of reframe their mind like, hey, lock back in. But that did force extras, and if you get emotional on this next swing, I'm going to say it's okay. I'm right there with you. Nolan Arenado, he's had a pretty rough last few seasons. He's got 5 home runs and an .870 OPS over his last 25 games after smoking this walk-off grand slam. I'm crossing my fingers that somehow Goldie and Arenado, they lock in with Sonny Gray, Eric Fetty, Kyle Gibson. I would love to see a Cardinals push the playoffs. Maybe it's just me. I like St. Louis. This is a crazy sentence to say in 2024, but Rangers pitcher Andrew Heaney and Pirates starter Domingo Germán combined for 11 scoreless frames and 12 punch-outs, so neither team, they couldn't get anything going. Pittsburgh, they tried in the 7th, but Nathaniel Lowe, his cat-like reflexes after a fake IKF bunt, got 2 outs on 1 play, and look at IKF holding the bat, so he was gonna bunt, and then he swung with his hands halfway up the barrel. Now, staying with IKF, he made a big-time stop in the final frame, but he threw it away, so Jonah Heim is safe, and then after that, an Adolis Garcia single and a Nathaniel Lowe sac fly got Jonah Heim to third base, so he's 90 feet away from winning it. And I think Aroldis might have to be the final guy for the Pirates because David Bednar is just awful now. Wyatt Langford, he was happy that he got to face Bednar and not Aroldis Chapman because the rookie already has 2 career walk-offs. Good for him. Before we talk about the Yankees and Aaron Judge and all that different crazy stuff, the Orioles, they really have to flip a switch and somehow find a way to rattle off W after W, but yeah, it's not a great start. Francisco Lindor, he's probably going to go 30-30 again. He's already at 25 home runs and 25 stolen bases. He's a future Hall of Famer, easily in my opinion. Mets starting pitcher Sean Manaea, he was flawless through 5, like actually, not being dramatic, no base runners through 5 innings. He was 1 out away from going 6 perfect frames when he plunked Jackson Holliday with the 95 fastball, and it was only a matter of time before Austin Slater barreled up a ball because he's a lefty destroyer. That's his first home run as an Oriole. Of course, it was against a lefty. That was inevitable. You know what else is inevitable? Craig Kimbrell being bad. Mark Vientos now has 20 home runs in 79 games. A lot of people talk about Paul Skeens, Jackson Merrill, Jackson Chorio, Shota Imanaga, guys like that, Tyler Fitzgerald, Elliot Ramos being Rookie of the Year guys. But what about Mark Vientos? He has a 151 OPS plus. I know he's only played 79 games though. So there was a standing O for Sean Manaea because he had 9 punch-outs over 7. Jose Butto, he's been incredible, but not in this game. He walked a few guys to load them up. O'Hearn, he is basically the Austin Slater of righties. He mashes them. He struck struck out. He got tossed. He tried to get his money worth, but he's out the game. Unfortunately, though, those walks did bite Jose Butto because now this sac fly off the bat of Adley Rutschman, that resets the score. But that means that this is a walk-off home run courtesy of Jesse Winker. He hit all of the emotes. Like, if he had a controller in his hand and he was playing Fortnite, he mashed every single button and just spammed emotes like crazy. There you go. The Mets, they walk off the Orioles. This has been a fun start to the recap. And now that's about to get ruined because I'm a Guardians fan. From one New York team to another, this was a statement game from the Yankees. A full-blown, we are not messing around today against the voodoo magic Guardians. Juan Soto, he went lefty-lefty again. This time, this was no cheapie. He went to the deepest part of Yankee Stadium. He now has 36 home runs, a brand new career high. This is the greatest duo I've ever seen. Soto and Judge, to me, I think that they've surpassed Ruth and Gehrig. Soto, he walked ahead of Judge later in the third, and Judge, he made Cleveland pay. Those guys, they were far from done. Wait for it. Soto's generational bat-to-ball skills were in full display. He poked one the other way. By the way, the bases were loaded, so Juan now has 36 home runs, 93 RBIs, a 189 OPS plus. We'll talk about Judge's second home run in a second, but look at Nasty Nestor. He was actually nasty. 7 scoreless, just 3 base hits, and the biggest key for Nestor Cortez in this game, the reason why he was Nasty Nestor, no walks. So when you're getting no walks from Nestor, he's probably going to be really good. And guys, you're witnessing right-handed Barry Bonds. Judge is batting .334 with 47 home runs, 117 RBIs, a 226 OPS plus. He's on pace for 60 home runs and 150 RBIs despite being walked nearly 20% of the time. Do you know how hard that is? In fact, it should be impossible. The Yankees smashed the Guardians 8-1, and we've done this all year, but anytime we talk about Cleveland, we got to go find the Twins and the Royals. Minnesota beat the Padres by 7. Austin Martin, who, by the way, came on over in the Jose Barrios trade, he's looking pretty good lately. That is a 2-run double off of the knuckleballer Matt Waldron, who has been very bad. We'll talk about it. MLB might be catching up to, let's just talk about it right now because I don't think they are catching up. I think they have caught up to the knuckleballer. Willie Castro, he line went over everyone for another RBI extra base hit. Right before Royce, he went back up the middle. Waldron, since the middle of July, as evident by Matt Waldron now hitting a baseball no less than 954 miles an hour. He's basically the Thor of baseball. The Padres, they left in Matt to eat up innings, and it cost the poor guy 10 earned runs. And like I said, since the late part of July, since July 24th, Matt has allowed 31 earned runs in 30 innings. That is a 9.3 ERA, ladies and gentlemen. Simeon Woods Richardson, he's been fantastic. 7 strikeouts over 5, just 1 run, the home run to Donnie Barrels. But that Jose Barrios trade is finally looking a lot better because Simeon, he's breaking out. Austin Martin, he's finally feeling more comfortable with big league pitching. Here you go, San Diego. One more highlight for you guys before we move on. Jackson Merrill now has 18 home runs, a 2-run home run. But the Padres, they get beat by 7. They lose 11-4. So Minnesota does gain a game in the Central. They're 2.5 games back of the Guardians. What about the Royals? Oh, you mean the team that 100% won the trade deadline? We'll talk about that in a second. Check out who's starting for the Halos. The 2015 World Series champion for the Royals, Johnny Cueto. He's back. He had a clean first inning, but we couldn't say the same about the second. Cal Isbell, he ripped a 2-run 2-bagger to the right field gap. Up next, nothing came of this, but I did want to show Bobby Witt Jr.'s double. That's his 200th career extra base hit already. He's also riding a 10-game hit streak, and he's batting .352 on the season. He's on pace for the first ever 11 F4 season by a shortstop. It's never happened before, not even A-Rod when he was eating a balanced breakfast. Now, after that double, Johnny Cueto, he retired 9 consecutive Royals in a row. When MJ Melendez, he doinked one, he ruins that streak. He's got 15 home runs. But let's face it, the real story of this game is not only Michael Lorenzen, but their closer as well. Michael Lorenzen went 7 scoreless with 5 strikeouts. He has a 1.9 ERA in 4 starts as a Royal, and look who got the save. Lucas Urseg, who came on over from Oakland, he has 14 strikeouts, no runs allowed in 12 innings as a Royal. Paul DeJong is playing great defense, and he's got 3 home runs. So both the Royals and the Twins gain a game. They're both tied at 2.5 games back of Cleveland. I've been having so much fun with this recap so far. I forgot that Orlando Arcia stared down the 2-timer. Let's talk about that right now. So we had a pretty fun matchup. Aaron Nola versus Max Fried. These guys absolutely carving. They weren't playing around through 3 innings. Now, Atlanta, they turned a disgusting double play. They got Trey Turner, of all people, the newcomer, Gio Urshela. He's already making insane plays in replacement of Austin Riley. Hope that Gio has a great last month because Braves fans deserve that. Now, here's the Arcia versus Harper moment. And now, I'm going to kind of go in on this guy. Credit to him. He went yard. He did put his team up by 2, but like staring at Bryce Harper when you have a 74 OPS plus and your team is 6 games back of first place. I mean, I wouldn't have done that, but Arcia, I mean, he started it. He's the one that said, ha ha, Harper. The best part though, Aaron Nola and the Phillies, they could laugh back in Arcia's face because his team blew the lead. Schwarber and Trey, they both drove in runs on RBI outs. And actually, the Phillies, they won with 3 RBI outs. Brandon Marsh, his sac fly, that wins it. Carlos Estevez, he came in for the save. I just don't think that's very smart. You do not poke Tom Brady, you do not poke LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and you do not poke Bryce Harper. Watch him go off for 18 home runs in 3 games. So the Braves dropped to 7 games back in the East, while the Dodgers, they send the Mariners to 5 games back in the West. The Dodgers, they were spraying doubles all over the place. Not before Randy and Jack Flaherty kind of got into some beef. Randy, he had a foul ball home run, then he got hit by a fastball. Randy staring him down, but then they kind of squashed it like, hey, you're okay. Not really, I guess, because Randy skied one in the 3rd, and now Jack is the one who's doing the talking. The bench is clear. Randy hit him with that blah, 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 go away emote. Mookie, I'll give him credit. He's been swinging a hot bat ever since he came off the IL, and he didn't even need a AAA stint. He just came back to the big leagues. Ohtani, he flew around from first. That's 2 RBIs. Will Smith, he wanted a double as well, but what a play from Luke Raley. So instead of an RBI double, it's an RBI sac fly. I had to show that because the Dodgers, they then put this game way out of reach. Freddie, he now has 504 career doubles. He's the active leader in doubles and base hits. Teoscar Hernandez, he knocked Logan out the game. So Logan, he was torched for 7 base hits over 4 2/3. 8 runs total came across Gilbert, with Max Muncy clearing the bases with another double. He's got 2 home runs and 6 RBIs his first 3 games off the IL. The Dodgers have won 4 games in a row. Now, lucky for the Mariners, they were already 5 games back of first place, so because the Astros got beat by the Red Sox, they did not lose any ground. Not really a lot to talk about in this game because the Boston Red Sox, they won fairly easy. Duran, 1 game after getting on base 5 times, he welcomes back JV with the leadoff double, his 39th double. Tristan Casas, welcome back as well. He floats in a base hit, and you're just never going to throw out Jarren Duran. He's a top 5 watch in baseball for me. I'll show this for Astros fans for sure. Bregman, I mean, every single swing, he's making more and more money. He's a free agent after the season. He's basically batting 300 with 11 home runs and a near 930 OPS his last 35 games. That was it for the Astros because Cooper Criswell and the Boston bullpen allowed 1 run on 8 base hits. Cedar Rafaela missed a 2-run home run, all while Justin Verlander, I'm not going to lie, he wasn't very bad aside from those few runs. He struck out 6 on 76 pitches. 52 of those 76 went for strikes, but like Anakin, Rafaela, he wanted more, and unlike Anakin, he got it. That's his 2nd RBI 2-bagger of the game, and I do want to show this. Alex Cora, he pushed all of the right buttons. Jordan, he chased with the bases loaded. I'm sure that Red Sox fans, they were stressing out big time. David Hamilton, he said, guys, breathe. He's got 8 home runs, 32 stolen bases, and also a tip of the cap to Chris Martin. He got the save. He's been untouchable ever since he came off the IL. He missed some time with anxiety. I just think that it's really cool. He said, I'm not doing well, and it's okay to not be okay. He reminded us all of that. 12 innings, 15 strikeouts, 1 run allowed ever since coming off, and the Red Sox, they've won 2 in a row. They're 3.5 games back of the wild card, though, because Minnesota and Kansas City, they're winning a lot. These next 2 games had 36 runs total. Please bear with me if I cut some fat. Jordan Montgomery, he can't ever miss spring training ever again because he's been buns. He gave up a 6th spot again. Jake Berger, fine. That's normal. He leads everyone in home runs since the All-Star break. At least he did before Aaron Judge went yard as I was making this video. Jake the Rake. Jake McCarthy, he goes to the second deck again. He has a 380 on base percentage and a 135 OPS plus. J-Mo, he couldn't hold the lead, obviously. Otto Lopez, he plates the rookie Connor Norby, and well. Christian Pache, he's been on 3 teams this year. That's his first home run of 2024. He just kept it fair. Xavier Edwards, he motored around for an RBI triple. That's the 6th run off of Jordan Montgomery. He's batting 340 or something crazy like that. But here comes the Snakes. Josh Bell, the former Marlin, he brought it back to a 2-run game, and now the bases are juiced. The Diamondbacks deploy Lourdes Gurriel Jr. as a pinch hitter, and he just cleared the bases. So the Diamondbacks, they steal the lead, and then they added to it with multiple RBI extra base hits. There's a home run from Geraldo Perdomo. He did not miss that. 415 feet, by the way. Pache, he misjudged a ball. He got it past him. That's an RBI triple to Jose Herrera. Lourdes, he had a big 4 RBI day. And then the rookie, Justin Martinez, yes, he did allow a run, but 4 of the 5 outs he got was via the strikeout. another save. George Springer and Spencer Horwitz were having a blast early against the Reds. They both crushed home runs off of Nick Martinez. Wait for it. Ernie Clement, he made it 6-0. Clement cannot be stopped lately. And by the way, the Blue Jays, they now have a home run in 10 consecutive games. They haven't done that since 2021. But Cincy, they had some fun as well. The man who rakes, he started the rally with a 2-run home run. Spencer Steer now has 19 home runs and 21 stolen bases. The Reds kept it moving. India, he roped an RBI single. And Elly De La Cruz, his speed took over after he singled home India, so there was an RBI. He then stole third base. That's big because that's his 60th stolen base. He's the 5th guy ever to go 20-60, and of course he risked it for the biscuit. He's Elly De La Cruz. He's going to tie the game up with his speed. He's so much fun to watch. Not for Jays fans though, because now they have to watch their bullpen implode as Espinal, the former Blue Jay, he got walked with the bases loaded, so it's 7-6 Reds, and then the Reds, they went back-to-back. Noelvio Marte and Jonathan India, again, they went back-to-back, and both of those guys had multiple base hits on the day. Same with Elly De La Cruz. He had 3 base hits and a walk, so he got on base 4 times. He scores on a Tyler Stevenson single, and then he mashed his 21st home run of the season. This guy has access to tools that we have never really seen before. He has an almost 6 WAR because he can also do this. Look at the web gem as the Reds, they beat the Blue Jays 11-7 after losing 6-0 in the early innings. All right, everyone, say it with me. If you're an OG fan, someone just hit an RBI double. Who is it? My friend Joey Gallo. He's back from the IL, and that got past Jordan Beck, but to their credit, the Rockies' credit, they got the second runner trying for home. We're in the third now. James Wood, he said, I'm James Wood. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the green light. He laced a single to get Alex Call to third base and call he can score on the Kyber Ruiz blooper, and wow, this guy's really stepped up in 2024. Luis Garcia Jr., he's batting .294 with 15 home runs, 19 stolen bases, only 67 strikeouts this season. Jacob Young, take us home, buddy. His RBI single in the 6th all but wrapped up this game as the rookie starter, Mitchell Parker, he roasted Colorado over 7 innings. He had 6 strikeouts, only 1 walk. He only needed 83 pitches to go 7. The Nationals, they win 6-1. I'm going to go fairly quick for these last few games. Let me know if you guys like this pace or not, because on one hand, I want to save you guys some time, but also some of you don't mind 20-minute recaps. JJ Bleday, he celebrated Ryan Pepio's birthday with his 17th home run, but good news for Ryan, he was great after that, and then his team clutched up to give him a birthday W. After DeLuca tied it, Yandy Diaz, he hit the right center gap to bring home the speedy John DeLuca, and again, don't worry about this, even though Brent Rooker tied the game with a double, he could not stop the birthday magic, so it's 2-2. Pepio, he finished the 6th, so he's still in line for the W after Jose Siri said, here you go, buddy. This is much better than a Target or Amazon gift card. 423 feet on that pimp job. I will say, if we're talking about the A's, rookie JT Ginn, he kind of stole the show in his debut. 2 no-hit frames, tossed a 98+. He struck out 3 in his debut. His family was going nuts. Now, speaking of going nuts, the game was kind of like the ending of it was kind of nuts because both managers got ejected. Now teammates are arguing and beefing. Yandy is jawing at Jose Caballero and vice versa. The Rays, they still win, but yeah, kind of a weird one. The Tigers are looking primed for a big 2025. Maybe I'm being dramatic, but their rookies have been playing like veterans over the first few weeks of their careers. Trey Sweeney, he came over in the Jack Flaherty trade, and he got his first career home run to barely get out. It took a little bit for them to confirm that it was a home run, but yes, that is a home run. Riley Green, he's not a rookie, but he's a flat-out star. The broadcaster, I've never really heard this before. He said that this ball was lambasted or something like that. I mean, maybe it was. Welcome back, Riley. Michael Busch, I want to tip my cap to him because he was a butcher defensively, and he's really improved that defense. He stole another base hit from Trey Sweeney. Did that shift the momentum? Because Bethancourt, he just hit a backdoor breaking ball to make it 4-2. No, he did not steal the lead or the momentum. Riley Green is just so dang good. They stole back the momentum and then some. That is a huge 3 RBI day as Scary Gary. He matched the 3 RBIs with 1 swing. The opposite field power is unreal. 12 home runs, a 151 OPS plus. If Scooball stays Scooball and Jackson Jobe is everything that we expect, the Tigers, I mean, again, maybe I'm being hyperbolic or dramatic. They could be a team next year. Speaking of being a team next year, people are saying that Grady's White Sox are now World Series favorites heading into 2025. Again, all because of Grady and his managerial skills. You guys know I'm a Grady fanboy. I'm being dramatic. But Brooks Waldman and the Sox, they took an early 2-0 lead after a groundout and sac fly. Elliot Ramos, I mean, he airmailed that thing. That ball went to Madagascar. Kids do not do that. Instead, try this. Elliot Ramos pummeled a double. He missed the home run by a few inches. So San Francisco, they had an RBI ground out, and then they tied it with the Thairo Estrada RBI single. Grady, he made all the right bullpen choices, though, so that kept up with Logan Webb. Webb tossed a 5-pitch 8th inning, but Bob Melvin, he's no Grady Sizemore. He made every wrong choice imaginable for the bullpen. Chicago tagged the Giants' pen for 4 runs in the final frame as Corey Lee, he clutched up, and then Lenyn Sosa, he had a 2-run double. The Giants, they take the L. 6-2. Well, everyone, that does it for today's recap. I hope that you guys enjoyed. One more tip of the cap to Joey Votto. We're going to miss him a lot. And enjoy the web gems.
And that ball will be caught. Pitch, and it's a base. Nope, it's a diving grab by Rogers from his knee.
And get the ball to the pitcher quick enough. Backhanded by Iglesias. One hop. Wraps this one fair. Chapman, look at this play. Go. Caminero gets the out at first.
Big swing on, line drive. Oh, nice play by Leo Rivas on the backhand, sliding towards third.